Okay, I'm not live yet. Now we're live. Hey, everybody. Look who I've got with me. Got the wonderful Linda G. So,
Hi,
Linda,
everyone.
thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Today I'm doing the rest of my 2024 predictions.
Oh, are you really?
I messed up my video and I'm talking and then all of a sudden I disappear. And my
Oh,
friend,
no.
hey Greg, my friend said, you know what? A lot of people are laughing about it because I was kind of embarrassed. Just looks like Linda left the building.
Gotcha. Uh, so, what I thought we would do is I ask you if it's okay to ask questions about your journey,
I
etc.
said, as long as you don't ask my weight, we're good.
And that is not one of the questions. So we're doing good. So, and
Amen.
if you want me to answer along with you, I can do that also. The reason why is because I actually had a live last night, and we did it from I did it for members only on my channel, and the whole first part was taking questions down for Linda G. So
Oh,
this is coming from all of my members and members of my channel, I should say. And so they are, I forgot to say hi to everybody too.
hi
Hi,
everyone. You got a lot of good
everybody.
people in here.
Yes, lots
And
of good people.
Lisa, Daniel, Thama, good people. Craig.
And let me just say, if you have not, I'm sure there is no one, but if there is anybody who does not know Linda G, please go and subscribe to her channel. Underneath is the information for her channel. She's fantastic. So please do that for me. And if you're coming from her channel, I'd love for you to subscribe to me. So that would be fantastic too. Good. So we have a few questions from the members of Scott Scorpio Sun Tarot. And I wanted to just start with that. But first of all, I hope you're doing well. And how are you doing?
Me?
Yes, you.
Yeah, well, I don't mean to complain, but
No, go ahead.
I got some stomach issues. I'm going to have an ultrasound on uh, Wednesday or Tuesday, the 6th, whatever day the 6th is.
Sixth, right? I
And,
think that is
it
Wednesday.
might be my gallbladder,
Oh no.
but I have to be careful what I eat. And then if I do eat something that's not right with my belly, oh, it hurts.
I'm
It's
sorry to hear
horrible.
that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll send lots
But
of love and light
that's
to
a
you.
little minor. I got prayers you won't believe. By the way, Tuesday's prayers, you guys. I got prayers
Tuesday.
of the yin yang of people who just were diagnosed with horrific diseases. So God loved all of them.
Right. Right. Yeah, it seems to be going around a little bit.
I feel
But
guilty about complaining. I never got COVID or anything. I'm so very lucky.
yeah, you are lucky. This has been going around. So, but sorry that you're feeling a little bit under the weather. So,
Yeah. Hey, cousin Sue.
hey, everybody. Hey, Jackie.
She said, I looked at her empty chair and thought, oh, she's done. But Lisa said, I kept waiting for you to come back.
Right. So, a little icebreaker question. This is from Morella Ritchie, and she wants to know how Jack and Lulu are doing.
Oh, well, you guys, you know me. I just, my laundry's right out there. So Lulu's seeing the doctor Tuesday again because she's pooping streaks of blood.
Oh, no.
Not all the time. Sometimes she goes for a while with nothing, but it's not black tar stools. It's regular stools with a little streak of blood. So we're going to have that checked out for sure.
All right, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everything's okay with
So
her.
that's Tuesday, you guys. Say a little prayer for my angel. She don't like going to the doctor.
What kind of dogs are they?
Labradoodles.
Oh, those are cute.
They're really good dogs.
Yes, my sister had one of those, so they're very cute. All right. So, from Miss Moonlight, she wants to know what is your favorite deck, tarot or oracle, or one of each if you want.
The what?
What is your favorite deck as far as, let's say, a tarot deck?
Okay, you're gonna have to repeat that. Sorry.
What is your favorite deck? Your like the tarot, a
Oh,
specific tarot deck?
well, Morgan Greer was the one I use the most. The latest one I'm
Yeah.
using is Clarity Tarot that Deborah Zakow helped create. And I also
Yes.
like Awaken Tarot.
Awesome. Awesome. I have the Clarity Tarot. I really like that one. And the
Somebody
Morgan
just
Greer.
said that they just saw a link that says that I'm doing live readings, and that's not true.
Oh no, no readings today. So
No,
we're
no,
just
no. But
chatting.
someone is saying I'm doing live psychic readings as
Oh
an
no.
ad on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And that's not true.
Right.
So we need to find out who this fraud is.
That's not good.
Yeah. Well, okay. It says Linda Grindle having, anyway, I'll deal with it later. Sorry.
No problem. No
But just
problem.
FYI, you guys, I'm not doing live psychic readings.
No live psychic readings today. Yes.
Right.
All right.
Hi,
So,
Connie.
Linda de Gonzalez wants to know when you were a kid growing up, did your gifts manifest then, or were you unaware until you were older?
I really got hit hard. There, in my book, I'm going to talk about a lot of things that led up to it. I've had some pretty profound experiences, like even in nursing school. I had a pediatric patient who was only 8 years old, and he was in a total coma because he had a brain cancer, you know, the bad one that goes through the brain. And he was comatose, and his mother was in the room. And she said she was from New York. Apparently, the kid was living with his father out in the East Bay. Father was a sheriff. And the student that was with me said, "Oh, ask Linda. She's psychic." I'm like,
Oh, wow.
So she asked me if I could tell her anything about her son when he would go, or is he okay? And I took my hand at the bottom of that child and I went up like this. I went up and I went up, and then right here, about this, right at the throat, I felt an energy push. And then I saw a woman coming towards me. She had dark hair, almost like the woman that was his mother. She had dark hair, and she was wearing a peculiar type necklace. It had a weird design, almost like a dragon. And I'm talking to this woman, and she says, "Tell her I'm going to take him tomorrow morning and everything's going to be okay." And this woman just breathed out and cried. And she said, "Linda, that was my mother. And it's a year ago tomorrow that she died."
Oh, wow.
She was so happy to hear that. But this was not when I knew how spectacular my gifts were, you know. So I had them, but I didn't know how much I had them.
And I missed, what age were you around when this happened?
28, 29.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So they didn't really develop until a little bit later. Yeah. And the same for me. My gifts didn't, it really, I think they're still developing. But my mom passed away last year in January. And since then, I've just been, I don't know, it's like she's by my side. And I've, I just feel like she directs me and helps me. She was 84.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she had dementia and Alzheimer's. So
I was going to say, it feels like a tough passing. Like
it was.
I even feel like she might have rested for a while before she was wide awake.
Oh, she did. She did. Yes. So she was 6 days without anything to drink or eat, and she was the last 3 or 4 just completely in a coma. But we had other miracles that happened during that time where she, responded to me and to being able to even speak to her telepathically. And one of my friends helped me to be able to do that. And she verified that she heard me. I asked her, I said, "Mama, I don't know if I can do this with you, you're going to have to be with me even after you leave. And I need to know that you're going to be with me. And this lady who had not moved in 2 days grabbed my hand and jerked it up just like that. And I said, Mama, is that an indication of yes? And she jerked it again, saying yes, that she would be with me. And
Now,
I felt her presence.
Yeah, and I hope you still do. But we can't request those who have passed over to be with us, no matter how related you are to them. It's your duty to take care of yourself in this lifetime. You can't ask that person to have to answer your questions or let you know. People get so. That's the hard part about them being able to move on, is sometimes relatives are holding too tight, especially people like married for 60 years and the husband can't move on or the wife can't move on. So be careful about, needing her all the time. That need comes from the power, within. And although she can assist and be there when you need it, you can't make her be with you all the time. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I didn't mean that she was going to be with me all the time. Maybe that came out wrong. It was just that, I needed to be able to call on her when I wanted to. So, and that has diminished after.
I needed to be able to call her out when I wanted to. You're not giving her free will. She has to be able to do what she wants on the other side.
That's very true. That's
just
very
between
true.
us. I understand what you're saying, and I do see a lot of people who get so hooked into their deceased relatives. They often think, oh, well, why aren't they answering me, or they need to be there for me? No, they don't have to do anything except rest.
Right.
And be in the realm of higher consciousness. And it's so beautiful. But I feel she had a tough time. I feel like energetically it was hard for her because she had been so sick.
Yes. Yes.
But she wants you to be whole in this life. And so she gave you the tools that she knew to give you.
Well, thanks for saying that. No one's really said that to me before, and that'll definitely give me some things to think about. And I appreciate you saying that.
I know you appreciate when you do hear from her.
Yes.
But please don't say, Mom, I need you to answer me right now. That's not how it goes over there.
Right. Gotcha. Well, thank you for letting me know that. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Let's see. So Linda de Gonzalez also wanted to know, is anyone else in your family have had psychic gifts that you know of?
Anyone else in my family? Well, I heard that my grandmother, my mother's mother, was psychic. She read in the parlor to her sister-in-law. But no one in the family knew because, she was very strict Catholic. She was a Native American. And they didn't talk about that kind of stuff. But my mom, she saw spirits.
Right.
She saw full-blooded apparitions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was very, very psychic.
Well, let me skip down to Jan's Free had a question that I didn't even know about you. She said to ask about your Native heritage. And then Mary Tompkins wanted to know about your Native heritage. Were there beliefs that you put into your practice now from that?
Well, here's the sad part. The sad part is my mother's half Mexican. And in fact, her grandfather was a kidnapped Mexican when he was 6 years old and was raised by the Comanches. So she's half Mexican, half Native. So we're quarter blood registered. She was half blood registered. But the sad part is she took me to the tribe when I was born. She was passing through Lawton or something, and the medicine man was there and did the sign of the cross on my forehead because he told her she's got the third eye, which is very Catholic,
Right.
Which was one of the reasons my mom was so against the church, because they didn't treat her very well in the Native American foster, because her mother died when she was 12 and she was left to be raised by Catholic nuns. They weren't very kind back in those days.
Oh, really?
So my mom and dad both were atheists, but my mom was very angry there was an anger towards anything spiritual of the church, although she'd see dead people. But anyway, so uh, we live we lived a life not encompassing our heritage. My cousins and my tias would come over, sometimes my uncles, but they never discussed the tribe. It was not something discussed.
Right.
So when mom had some land issues going up with lands that she has in Oklahoma, I flew back there and got an attorney and was trying to help her. And that's when I met my cousins on her one brother's side, Susan and Regina and Toby and everybody. That's when I really got a taste of what was going on. Because mom would grumble. She would say things under her breath, like, that she couldn't get over how the Department of Treasury still is in charge of native lands leases.
Right.
And they cut the check and give you the money. Back in the day, I remember mom getting checks like for 46 cents.
Oh, wow.
But why is the United States government still in charge? Because it's like you Redskins can't take care of your own money, so we're going to take care of it for you. We're going to tell you what you can lease. And now that Governor Stitz is there,
Mm-hmm.
he really works against the natives. He tried to pull something with the Comanches, and I think somebody got bought off in the tribe. That's the other problems. Comanches can be bought off sometimes. But I think the tribe went against him and said, no, you can't do that. So, yeah. But I wished I knew more. Now I'm engrossed in any kind of literature, everything to do with Quantum Parker,
Right.
Hey, last night I went and saw Napoleon.
Oh, did you? I haven't seen that.
Hated it.
Hated it. Okay, well, I'm glad I know.
We sat for 2 hours. I finally looked at my son. I said, "Are you done?" He said, "Yeah." And I love the lead actor in it.
Joaquin. Who's the lead? Oh, Joaquin Phoenix.
He was flatlined. It was not very good.
Gotcha. I'll try to remember that then. Speaking about your book, Morella wants to know when your book is going to come out.
That's what, yeah. Well, so the the editing starts next week. Then after that, probably by the Christmas, like I told everybody, probably by Christmas.
By Christmas?
It'll be available on Amazon.
Awesome. Awesome. So Jackie Jacaranda wants to know, which tarot card do you think represents you the best?
Whatever one is the bitch.
I don't believe that.
I like the sun. That's and the Nine of Cups. Yeah. But
Nine of Cups, right?
People, I used Eileen. What was her name? Eileen Boyle. She wrote a book on tarot, how to read the cards, years ago. I haven't had any formal training, but years ago, she would say swords are earth, wands are air, pentacles are fire, and cups are water. Now, some people go totally different.
Yeah, I was taught differently.
But I have the book that shows that. And so my card would have been the Queen of Swords.
Right. I was actually thinking of that for you, that might have been your answer, or the Queen of Wands.
I got that sword, so I'll cut you out in a New York minute. I'll take you from a rooster to a hen in one fell swoop.
Yeah, I see that. So, let's see. Who is your favorite singer or band? Or let's say one of each. Who's your favorite singer?
Oh, God. I used to love Keely Smith. I Wish You Love.
I'm not familiar
I
with
love
that.
Karen Carpenter, Linda Ronstadt.
Okay. Yep, my sisters love them.
My favorite band. Well, I didn't even know about Tom Petty until after he died and he came to me. Then I start listening to his music. Now I wished I could have seen him. I have all his albums. My favorite band, I used to love like Toto and
yeah,
Journey.
Yes,
back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I
Yes.
used to go see them, Pablo Cruz and Huey Lewis.
Huey Lewis. Yeah, love that. If This Is It.
Paul
And
McCartney, I've seen
yeah.
several times. Never a
Oh, hey.
disappointment.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The
Yeah, we
Beatles,
have
of course.
the Beatles, right?
I used to
Yeah,
love the Monkees too, but they had some cute songs.
gotcha. Yeah, I grew up in the '80s, so I'm a big '80s fan. I love Toto, though.
Oh, Toto. I
They
like the
were
Marshall
fantastic.
Tucker Band, and I loved a good Motown. I love to dance, so I love Chaka
Really?
Khan. I think she actually,
Oh, me
I
too.
would pick her
There we
as the
go.
best female artist as far as singing. She's got a voice like crazy.
Yeah, she did. I Feel For You is the first song that I heard from her, and I just absolutely loved it. Used to dance as a little boy, and just dance and go crazy with the door locked and nobody watching.
Nobody
To
watching.
Shaka Khan. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, just
Oh yeah.
love that. So
Ain't nobody. Oh yeah.
yep, yep, definitely. All right, so what Mr. Maurice Evans Jones wants to know: what is the best way to predict events? Is it tarot or is it intuition?
Intuition for me.
Intuition.
I'll just get, like I told everybody, Dan had told me, my guy that uh, oversees my YouTube. And,
Mm-hmm.
he looks for bots and blocks them. And he said, "Are you going to do a 2024 video?" And I was like, "Yeah, when I can get through this other stuff." And then he no sooner said that, and I hung up the phone. Boom! I get a flash. I get a flash of a newspaper, someone holding it up. It says Biden wins.
Oh wow.
So I went to write it down. I said, "Whoa, okay. I guess you want me to get some hits." And then boom, boom, they were giving me hit after hit, which I've done the first part already. It's on tape. Now I got to do the second part.
That's great. That's
But when
amazing.
I'm quiet, I don't know if you've watched me.
Mm-hmm.
I can sometimes they're talking to me from this side, and I'll be looking up. That's when I'm getting information. Oh, all of a sudden I'll just get this hit.
Right.
It's just so weird. And first, when I was going to start, I was going to say Biden wins, and then they showed me Canada. Out of the blue, I see Canada having some tough weather issues.
Oh wow. So is this
But
pretty
before the Ukraine happened, about a week before, I started having such anxiety. It's not even funny.
oh wow.
I knew something bad, and then I just felt this was terrible. And they will win, but I'm so sorry. It's just lasting so damn long.
Yeah, it is. It is. So that's really interesting. Let's see.
Well,
Do you have any other pets besides Jack and Lulu?
no, I used to be the bird lady in Nevada. I used to have like 23 birds,
Oh
parakeets.
wow.
They kept having babies, and I kept, I didn't really give them away, and I ended up with 23, and that was too many birds.
Yeah, that's a lot of birds. Oh gosh. How did you sleep?
Put them in my son's room.
Okay.
Actually, at night, especially if you cover the cage, they're dead quiet.
Really?
Hmm.
Wow.
But they were cute. I had one that I fed, hand fed, and it
Right.
loved, you know, I could put it right here and it would just sit there.
Oh, that's sweet. I've got two crazy cats. So one's very aggressive, but he's sweet, and the other one is a little fidgety, kind of like me, has a little ADD problem, I think. But he's just as sweet as he can be too. He'll just roll up in a little ball like he's in the fetal position
Yeah,
and
like
just
these
let you
dogs.
hold him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone could
So.
come in to rob me or kill me and they'd be wagging their tail, begging for a little attention.
Oh, so Mr. Maurice also wanted to know do you practice meditation?
I breathe. I do 3 deep breaths a day, and
Breath
that's my
work.
connection to source. Especially if I'm outside with the stars and the ETs, it's beautiful.
That's
When you
great.
breathe outside and you put your feet on the ground, you can get high as a kite, you guys. You would think I was drinking up that or smoking up that peyote.
The breath work is very important to you then.
The breathing is, I got that from Eckhart Tolle, and he talked about just do 3 deep breaths a day. And it worked for me. Because
What else did
that which is likened to itself is drawn. You cannot create what you're not. So if you always come from a place of lack, guess what? Whether it's lack of money, lack of love, lack of whatever you're complaining about, you'll create more of the same.
right?
By breathing and being in presence, being totally with no back or future, like I always tell everybody, get out of your own way. Don't constantly be looking back or worried about the future. Get out of your own way and allow.
The Power of Now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite books. I love that.
I couldn't listen to him before. I would fall asleep.
Really?
Because he was so monotone. And then after I had my awakening, then it's like I could hear him, and it was just, I couldn't get enough.
When do you think was your first spiritual awakening? And this is from me.
The first one?
Right.
Well, what do you call it when it's a big awakening and your whole life changes?
Maybe the big spiritual awakening. I'm not sure.
Kundala or Kundola or whatever.
Kundali.
That happened. I have the date written down, May something in 2009, I believe, when I begged for my life. And they told me, what are you doing? You know, there's no such thing as death. Because I didn't want to die because I had my little boys. They were still young. And I said, okay, fair enough. I handed it over. My whole life. I said, if I die, I die. I actually, in that moment, accepted my fate and gave it over and said, listen, I'm not going to hang on. I trust you. Whatever you say is supposed to happen, I know in faith everything will be all right. And boom. In that moment, it was a physical, emotional, and spiritual manifestation like I've never known in my whole life. Lasted a couple of days. I couldn't eat or sleep. If I can't eat, you know something's up. And I couldn't get the smell of the earth off my hands. Like fresh earth. My native friend said that's the fresh earth is healing.
Right. That's interesting.
So it
beautiful.
And after that I was changed. I wasn't 100%. I still had a lot of human issues I needed to get under control. Jealousies and stuff like that. Yeah. And then you just get to where, especially if you do the breathing, you just want everything to be okay. You're not, and then my abilities to read got stronger. That's when I could see energy, not full manifestation ghosts, but I could see them in my mind's eye.
Right. It's beautiful. Yeah, everybody thinks that the spiritual awakening is going to be, something, just incredible and wonderful, and it is. But at the same time, it can make you not eat, not sleep, and
well, it was 2 days of like something went through my body. And by the way, I'm healed. I do not have cancer anymore.
Right. Yes, so, I have that down here. So,
and I tell people, people are always asking, well, what is it that I can do? And sometimes they get too phobic about it. Where exactly am I supposed to stand? What exactly am I supposed to be doing? And it's so wonderful that they want to do something for the universe. They want to go into the high. They want to add, not subtract. But what I always have to tell them is just be quiet, allow. Because, once you seriously dedicate to the realm that you are their handmaiden, you're here, whatever it is they decide they want you to do. Once you do that, they won't let you go. And a lot of people, they're surprised because they'll do that dedication and then their life falls apart.
Right.
Like, what the heck? But sometimes it's because you're not standing in the place they want you to be standing in vibrationally. You might be in a
Right.
relationship that's not working out for you or whatever. I know back when I was first starting vibrationally to feel like there was something beyond this, a lot of stuff exited out of my life and I was surprised. Now, later, I realized, including the cancer. The cancer was part of my awakening, and I thank it now.
Wow. That's big. Yeah, so I imagine that was tough going through, but I believe it was Morella Ritchie told me that you say that it's one of the best things that happened to you.
Oh, God. Yeah, cancer was my awakening. Oh, listen, who I was. Oh, my God. You guys wouldn't have liked me. Although I would have been cray-cray. You guys, if I had done a YouTube channel, it would have been nothing but drama, and all about me.
Right.
And ego, very ego-based, because when the guys told me you're going to do a YouTube channel, I said, what? I don't want to get up and brush my hair. And they said, you'll help calm them down. And then I was like, I'm a Virgo. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll do that because, I want people to be calm. And then they said, if your ego gets involved, we'll remove your gift.
Oh, wow.
That was the third thing they said. And it's like, you know what? I have to keep myself in check because it can be, people are so loving and generous and kind. Oh my God, I get the most beautiful emails and, oh, Linda, you saved my life and all. But really, at the end of the day, it wasn't me. I'm just a conduit for them. Right. And so I have to keep reminding them and reminding myself, you're not that special, Linda. You're just the conduit. You're the one giving the information, because I didn't even know you could make money on YouTube. I was going along. I think I had about 7,000. My son said, Mom, you can monetize YouTube. I said, what? For reals? He said, yeah. I said, okay, let's try it.
Wow. And look at you now. So there you go.
I know. And my pal, Revealing Light, she's way up there on the numbers too. She's a
Who is that?
Revealing Light.
Okay.
From Australia. Her and I are going to do a video together.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we did one years ago. It's so funny. People will write me, oh, this psychic is really good. You haven't heard of this psychic, blah, blah, blah. And it's like a lot of the psychics people are mentioning to me, I'm the one that introduced them. I said, yeah, I did a video when they first came out. Oh, because I've been on now, 6, 7 years? How long have I been on? 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. No, it's been about 6 or 7.
6, yeah.
And, not everybody's watching from the beginning. So they think they're introducing. Someone just wrote me because I was talking about the ETs. In fact, I just got done with Sterling. I'll be loading that, you guys. We're talking about ETs. He's seen more channel Monday night news kind of stuff. There's going to be some ETs being seen quite frequently, and ships.
That's awesome.
And anyway, someone wrote me this long letter. I felt so sorry for her because she went to a detailed account about Dr. Greer, the one who deals with all that. And I belong to his YouTube site, and I know everything about him. But this person didn't know that. But they were trying to introduce me to them.
Gotcha.
Oh, right, Carol. Carol said you and Mary Ann were the ones, my go-tos. Oh, and listen.
Yep.
Mary Ann, when that night happened, it looked like it was going to be Trump winning. And I was so overwhelmed. I had to stop and go to bed. I couldn't sleep. It was like someone punched. And I remember thinking to my guides, nah, why would you keep telling me he was going to lose? I don't understand this. And I was like, Jesus, did I put all these people making them being happy? And I was not correct in my, and then I saw Marianne did a little video and she really laid it all out. And boy, I felt so much better. And Dan too, he says, remember the votes that are coming in are the mail-in votes. And those are Dem. So I was like, okay, maybe there's hope. And then, sure enough, when he wins, Mary Ann's laughing. She said she had a little glass of wine. She said, "All right," just like Linda G said, they're dancing in the streets.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, I'm glad you were right about that. Most definitely. So, Jackie also wants to know, can you tell us one thing that we do not know about you?
Oh, I weigh 110 pounds.
Do you? Okay, I'm 150. So there we go. And it's 6'4". Yeah, that part's
Wow.
true.
Six
That part
foot
is
four.
true.
Well, what did Trump say? 6'3", 215.
Oh wow, yeah.
Something that you guys don't know about me. What would you want to know about me? I'm boring as hell.
No, you're not.
Well, back in my younger, this girl used to be the hostess with the mostest. My house was always busy, but now I'm more of my idea of a good time is being in my jammies and watching the tube, or writing in my book, or looking at YouTube. And then that's when I read. I get a lot of emails.
I think that's when we get more settled down and learn with wisdom, and then other things become important to us.
Thank you, Crystal. She said, "Yes, Linda, you may be the conduit, but it's you and it's Linda and your humor and your personality." I know that I got the realm over there to laugh a couple of times, except the guy that talks to me, the one that instructs me what I'm supposed to do. He don't find me funny. He's kind of, he doesn't say I'm not funny. He's just, do this, do that. But the other ones, I can see them laughing sometimes. But yeah, they have a real good sense of humor over there.
That's awesome. So Lisa Niedermeyer wants to know if you have ever been asked to assist in crime investigations.
No, I haven't. And years ago, I met a very famous medium who warned me about that. Be careful about assisting, because if you know too much, sometimes they do look at you like you might be part of it.
Might be part of it, yeah, sure.
But I did, as you guys remember Gabby. I didn't know who she was. Everybody's saying, "Oh, what happened to Gabby, Linda?" And finally I stopped and I looked on my phone to see who she was. I saw her and I said, "She's dead. He murdered her." And then I said that the guy who murdered her was going to end up committing suicide with a gunshot to the head.
Yeah, you did.
And I said that, and that's exactly what happened. But no cops called me or anything. The other thing is the good news is, well, unfortunately, that actor who just was recently found, I saw his life force pass. And I also saw a very famous mountain climber with another guy. The woman called me because it was her son's dear friend. She said they just got lost up climbing something. I just want to know what happened. And at that time, I saw both of them deceased, and they hadn't found them for a long time after. I don't know if they ever did find their bodies. So I will see when someone's crossed. But remember, they're not gone. They're just energetically not with us. But the good news is, one time there was a white car parked up at, it might have been Mount Tamalpais. This woman used to jog every day and always parked in the same spot. So next thing you know, it's on the news. Hey, we can't find her. She's disappeared. And of course, everybody's thinking the worst thing. So I said, well, let me look. I think somebody who was a member of the family called me, because I don't like to announce that someone's dead and the family doesn't know. That's why the Gabby thing just fell out of my mouth. Right. But I said, you know what? She's really injured. She's down a ravine and she's injured. And let me tell you something. If she don't get found soon, she will cross. But that's what I picked up. So then a helicopter, I think the next day, goes up. They found her. She had fallen down a ravine and broke her leg. She was near a stream, was able to drink water. But they found her. So she was still alive.
That's great. Yeah.
Like those little boys that were stuck down in that cave. Remember all those little boys?
Yes.
I said they would all come out alive.
Wow. So you just get these flashes. You just get this
I
intuition.
get, and there's a difference in the energy if they've crossed. Although some people will cross and don't understand that they're dead. Sometimes that's a mixed up energy.
That's
Why
scary for me.
I don't like going to haunted place, because there's a lot of people in haunted places that haven't accepted the fact that they've died.
Wow.
And they can drain your energy. I once heard, and I used to love to go to haunted places. Now I don't, but I heard that statement that Jesus had made, which I'm not a Bible person, but I remember, I think it was on Jesus in Nazareth. Why do you look for the living amongst the dead?
Mm-hmm.
So really, nobody's really dead if they're all living.
Right. Very interesting. Wow. Let's see. Are you able to turn off your intuitive feelings and turn them on when you
Yep.
are ready to? How do you do that?
I don't know. I can tell you, though, I've been very strict that I don't want spirits walking around bugging me.
Right.
I'm like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, there's got to be a rest time.
Gucci purse full of holy water and get your ass out of here.
Right.
No, I don't allow them. I did have one time, I was telling everybody the story. I was on first class. And the reason I say first class, because the stewardess called me by my first name, because there was only a few people. And she said, is there anything you need, Miss Linda? And right when she said that, here's a man in spirit. I could see him as clear as day. And I begged him to please go. I said, no, please go. And he said, please tell my daughter that her sister's going to be okay. So I reluctantly looked up at this woman and I said, there's a man. I said, I am what's known as a psychic medium. And she said, okay. And I said, there's a man here and he wants me to tell you, and I think this is your daddy. And he wants me to tell you that your sister's going to be okay. And then I said, there you go. I said it. I just looked down like, here we go. Watch her say, excuse me, my dad's alive and well and such and such. And she stopped. She was standing there and she said, Miss Linda. And I said, yes. She said, you see the scarf around my neck? And I said, yes. She said, this is my daddy's scarf. She said, and yes, we're very worried about my sister. And I'll be able to tell Mom, thank you so much. And then she didn't bug me. She didn't say, oh, well, when did you realize you had, she didn't ask me no questions. She didn't need me to read anything else.
Right.
That was it. I gave her the message and the guy he disappeared after that.
Wow. Very interesting. Yeah. So Annie from Sweden wants to know what you wanted to be when you were younger, when you were growing up.
A movie star.
You wanted to be a movie star?
I wanted to be a movie star. My mom used to get those. My mom used to get those magazines. Remember Elizabeth Taylor and Rob Hudson and everybody. And my uncle was a producer in Los Angeles. And I used to think, oh, he'll get me into the business. But he was more like game shows. He did Candid Camera and stuff like that. He produced that. So I always thought I'd be Hollywood. So when that psychic reader, Patricia McLean, who was my astrology/psychic reader, who told me when I was in my 60s, my whole life would change, that I would be sought after, people will be seeking me out. And I thought, oh, Hollywood. She told me this when I was 36. Right. She even told me I was going to have 2 boys. She said they might be twins, but they're close together if they're not twins. And I thought she was out of her head. There's no way that I want any more children. But I ended up having 2 boys.
Right. Are they twins?
No.
But they're close together?
Yeah. Jacob was born in 1999 and Jeffrey was born in Jacob was born in 1992 and Jeffrey was born in 1995.
Oh, wow.
But they ran together too. Thank God they have each other.
Right. Definitely. If you could go to dinner with anyone famous, dead or alive, who would it be?
Jesus.
Jesus, really? Why?
I'd love to hang with him and chill out and ask him questions.
Right.
And the other one I really love, I've always had an affinity towards Robert and John F. Kennedy. But and Franklin D. Roosevelt, he comes to me a lot in spirit form. And Ulysses S.
Right.
Grant, some of my favorites.
Ulysses S. Grant.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay. Still got a few here.
Okay, can
Go
I
ahead.
have to just step away 1 second?
Yeah, sure.
Is
No
that
problem.
okay?
How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everybody. So, love to see the chat this full. And I'm just rattling off questions to Linda, and she's spot on every time. So, no, no doubt about that was going to happen. So, I'm just happy to be here. So, hey Jeff, how are you? Morella and Scorpio Mama and Jilly and Andrea, Darren. Good to see all of you. Brenda Knoll. You thought she would say Gerard Butler, says Watcher, right? Hi, the Psychic Dummy. I like the name. Hey, Thelma, how are you? Good to see you. We love you too. Celtic Seer's here, and Courtney's here. Good to see all of you guys. Yeah, I agree. I don't read a lot on politics, but I do, kind of keep up sometimes with it. But thank you,
I'm the
Lisa.
disappearing psycho.
What's that?
I'm the disappearing psycho. I don't know how many times you've got. Every time I'm reading, I can't read for long. And some people, like we're already been on 47 minutes.
Right.
So I can't go for, actually 45 is my stop because I have this stomach issue and I have to keep running back and forth.
Oh, no problem. Do you need to go ahead and go, or do you have a few more minutes, or
we can do a few more questions.
Okay. I got a good one here from Miss Moonlight. She said, have you ever been intuitively blocked when you're trying to get a read?
Yes.
Why do you think that happens?
Has that happened to you, Scott?
Yes.
Yeah.
It has many times. Why do you think that happens?
Well, I think some people just don't want you to know. I remember one time at a wedding shower, I read for all the gals, the bridesmaids, and we were laughing. We were at a restaurant, and then I read for the bride. And I'm reading her and reading. She kept saying, no, no, no. So I said, I must be wrong. I guess I just couldn't get you. I go to use the restroom and they're all running behind me. Everything you said was true.
Oh,
So
wow.
Either the person that I'm reading for is cutting me off, or sometimes the person doesn't want me to know, the spiritual person on the other side.
Gotcha. That's good. Morella wants to know if you can explain what a nothing burger is. And I have no idea. So
it's got nothing in the middle. It's empty bun with nothing in the middle.
Do you have those?
No.
No? Okay.
No, but that's what I used to say about Trump. Trust me, you guys, it's nothing. It's a nothing burger, like some big deal. Like they're trying to impeach Biden right now. It's a nothing burger. It's not going to work.
No, I don't think so either.
No.
I agree with you. Connie B says a mustard sandwich.
Yeah, mustard sandwich. Or you could put ketchup in it too.
Hey, let's see. Are there any other forms of divination that you have used besides your intuition and tarot?
I've used runes in my younger days.
Okay.
I know how to use runes. Those talk to me pretty good. And the pendulum.
Pendulum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got one around my neck, a rainbow one that I keep.
Oh, beautiful.
So, yeah, it kind of holds in the energy. Jan's Free wanted to know if we could ask your advice for 2024.
For the world or for what?
Just said your advice. So like if you had something to share with all of us, what would be the main thing
you
would share?
Robert saying my kids used to eat mayo sandwiches. You know what I like too is a little white bread with a little butter and cucumber. Those English cucumber sandwiches. I love them.
Cucumbers, wow. I used to
Yeah.
eat mayonnaise and banana sandwiches.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or
Right.
peanut butter and
Peanut
banana
butter and banana,
with
yeah.
syrup. That was when my blood sugar was decent.
Right.
So, yeah, that's right, Lisa. I would say breathe. I would say don't jump onto the crazy bandwagon with people acting like it's the end of the world. This next year is still going to be tough, but it's one of the last years before things start to calm down. I think a lot of the dictators in this world and the ugliness is getting ready to be dissipating.
Good. That's some good advice. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. And let me see. Got one more here. Is there Garnet wants to know, is there any sacred places that you have visited? Any sacred places?
Sedona. Sedona is pretty cool.
I've wanted to go there so bad.
Fort Sill has some grave sites that are pretty sacred with some of the masters of the natives. Oklahoma had some beautiful places. The buffaloes back up on the Wichita Mountains. I think that's sacred. Those buffalo are just sacred. It's just amazing how they were almost wiped out.
Right.
I visit a lot of places in Ireland that were sacred. And Burl, there's those castles, like that Stirling Castle was amazing.
Right.
You could walk around inside Stirling Castle. I don't know if this was in the 1990s. And free for all. There was nobody that needed to walk with you.
Where was this at? Where's Stirling Castle?
Stirling Castle in Edinburgh, Scotland.
Edinburgh, Scotland. Okay.
Or in Stirling, Scotland, I think. I don't know, but it was 80-mile-an-hour winds the first time we tried to go, and trailers were being pushed over.
Wow.
So, and then churches. There's some churches I've been in that have a beautiful feeling. I used to love the feeling of the Catholic Church down the street from me, All Saints Church. They had the most beautiful statues.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be fascinated with that, but then it caught on fire. I lost a lot of the statues.
Well, I just wanted to thank you for coming on and
thank you, Scott.
Let me just chat with you, and I know you're on a little time. You're not feeling too well, so I don't want to keep.
Well, I'm feeling well, but I just it's just I have to keep running to the restroom. My stomach just isn't. I can't really eat. That's the hard part. I love to eat, and I'm afraid to eat.
Yeah, that's not nice.
Yeah. So.
To have that, but I hope you feel much
I
better.
do have the 49ers playing today against Philadelphia, so we'll see what happens.
You're a 49er fan?
Oh, God, yeah. Mm-hmm. And the Warriors and even the Raiders, even though they went to Las Vegas.
Right. That's neat.
And I still need to finish the last half of my 2024.
Oh, yeah. Definitely wanting to see that, so hear about it.
Okay, sweetie.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, everybody, for.
Yeah, and I'll probably do prayers. I forgot to put the time for my Thursday mediumship 3 card. That'll be at 3 p.m. I'll go back and change that. And the prayers will probably do. Hold on 1 second. People love the prayers.
Yes. Definitely.
And I got lots of them. Yeah, I can do it Tuesday. I'm supposed to be with Violetta in the morning. So why don't we say 12 noon for prayers? Can you believe it's already December?
I don't know how you keep track with everybody. I was talking to Jackie, and I said, I think she needs her own agent. Yes.
But see, the thing is you have to give all your accounts and stuff. The only person that has my account is Dan, and that's for YouTube. So he can go through and get rid of bots. But, I don't really want people looking at private messages being sent to me. Some people don't like their stuff being shared.
Right.
So I try to go to each one as best as I can.
Well, thank you so much for being here. And
Thank you guys.
thank you, everybody. And we will go ahead and say goodbye to you. Thank you, guys.